Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. Today we're going to take a look at Great SAIYAMAN and Videl right here. You know, I probably should give them a sticker. They are a new character, and they're pretty decent. I think that, you know, we're following the Bulma. That Bulma, to me, is, like, I think one of the most impressive free-to-play characters Dokkan has ever released. I think she looks really good, for the way they designed her. Now, I don't think Great SAIYAMAN and Videl are going to be quite as good. They're definitely going to be decent, but they're not quite as good. There's a few issues I have with their kit we'll go over, but they are buffing some... Well, I mean, I guess it's really only... There's only two teams they're buffing that I would consider kind of like not top tier, right? I love when non-top tier categories get buffs. So, examples of top tier categories, they have three. Movie hero, top right below that, you know, so this is, you know, movie hero category, this is bond of parent and child, and this is earthbred fighters. Those are three top categories, top level categories right there. A unit like this is not really going to help on one of those teams, right? You're going to run movie heroes filled with, you know, Dokkan Fest exclusive TURs, Carnival LRs, right? Like that's the team you're running there. Where a unit like this is valuable is, again, sort of their, like, lower level teams or weaker teams or, like, mess of a teams. A mess of a team is what I consider joined forces, right? Where you just have, like, this explosion of all these sort of, like, random characters, right? Look at the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks and Piccolo unit, right? Just these characters have nothing in common, so they have weird link sets and stuff like that. This unit potentially could help there for some mission or something like that at some point in the future. But mainly they're a buff for the Defender of Justice category team. Defender of Justice would be better if any of these Dragon Ball Hero units were worth a damn, but a lot of them I am very negative on. I think that compared to a lot of the other units, like, yeah, they're not going to make the heroes characters like, you know, oh my god, like they're #1 in the game right now, but like they could have made them better. So, I think that this Great SAIYAMAN and Videl character right here, which that's what the name of this character is, Great SAIYAMAN and Videl, gonna be pretty useful, I'm thinking, for that Defender of Justice category team. So, we're on Gamma 2's team. This unit does not have access to a 200% leader skill at the moment. Kind of, you know, there are still some characters that don't have 200% leader skills, and this is one of them, right? I mean, they would be on Yamcha's, but it's like Yamcha's 200% is Turtle School, which Gohan is not on, and then, of course, Earthling, which Gohan is also not on, right? So, like, that kind of, you know, kills them. Let's take a look at our link set right here. So, link set is Infighter, Courage, Patrol, Hero of Justice, Signature Pose, Shocking Speed, and Shattered Limit. They work pretty well with Gamma 2. Now, here's the thing about the Gammas. I've talked about this a lot, why a lot of people don't actually realize how good the Gammas are, right? Like, they just, like, tank everything and they do a lot of damage, and people are like, wowie zowie, they're so good. Don't forget that these busted characters are also supports. Gamma 2 gives 2 ki and 30% attack to all allies, right? Like, it's crazy. The Gammas do everything, right? Like, they're so good. So, it's like the Gammas being, like, these quirky characters, you know, signature pose, like, you know, special pose and Defender of Justice characters is really a huge W, right? Those categories needed the Gammas badly. Alright, so, I guess just sort of talking about the basics with this character. So they get 158% attack and defense start a turn, 58% attack and defense on super attack. Okay, so, I mean, that puts our defense at a reasonable level. And then they're also getting 50% attack and defense from their super attack effect. And then another 58% attack and defense when attacking an extreme class enemy. I specifically picked a stage that has extreme and super class enemies, so we could see, you know, them getting rotations against each. Then they get crit and dodge 4%, and then 10% attack and defense per Defender of Justice category ally in the team. Now, one of my main issues with this character is right there. The crit percent at 4%, crit chance at 4%, sure. That dodge, I think, should be a little bit higher. If this unit is going to be relevant in real difficult content, which, you know, if they're going to restrict them pretty much to, like, the Defender of Justice team, I do feel like they could make them like a reasonable red zone option. I mean, Bulma, who's a character, EZA character that came out with this unit. She is red zone viable. So I think that their dodge should have gone up a little bit, because if we have a full Defender of Justice team, which we have right here, they have 28% chance to dodge. I'd like a little bit more than that. I think maybe like at 40% at least. They don't need to get 40 crit. Just take away the damn crit out of there completely. The crit is bogging the unit down, like always. Get rid of the crit and up the dodge chance, and this character's even better, right? And then they give Defender of Justice category allies 3 ki, and then 18% attack, 18% defense, and 18% crit chance. Guess what? Dun 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 dun! The crit is ruining things yet again. Get rid of the crit chance right there. Although, I mean, if you're given Gamma 2 18% crit chance, that is pretty good. But I would much rather it's just like, 30 or 40% attack and defensive support, 3 ki. I feel like those two abilities, them having crit there, actually makes the character worse. Because, again, to go over this for the millionth time, like, this free-to-play character is not here to do damage. They don't really need the crit. I mean, sure, them giving Gamma 2 crit is definitely decent, but you guys get what I'm saying there. I think if they just took away all that crit stuff, gave them more dodge, more defense, less damage, and better support, I think that this character would be better. So I've blabbered away long enough. Let's go ahead and see. I mean, listen, my mouth is always moving, man. Y'all know this. All right, let's see what we got right here. So right now we're going up against an extreme class enemy. This is a good rotation for us. 4.63. I mean, as a support unit with some dodge, I mean, that's not, like, I will definitely take that. It's a free-to-play character, too. Like, this unit is rather decent. That's rather decent. An attack stat like that, again, on a support, is pretty good. I think that this unit is solid. They're solid. At least they have dodge chance, right? Like, it's better than having no dodge chance, so I'll definitely take that. Yeah, I like it. Again, there's minor, like, adjustments, I think, that could be made to the kit to make the unit a little bit better. But for all intents and purposes, I think it is a solid free-to-play character. So, I mean, sometimes it does feel like the Halloween characters and the April Fool's Day characters, Dokkan does often make these units very solid, right? Like, in the past, Candy Vegito, Gotenks and Ghost, the Dokkan Butoden characters, right? Like, we've had, solid, like, sort of like holiday free-to-play characters before, so that is good. Alright, so this is a very strong rotation right here. We have everything activated except for Courage. Who could we get that with? Kabe, off the top of my head? Courage. Yep, Kabe. Krillin and Gohan. You gotta love that the AGL Krillin and Gohan have that, but then they don't when they're LR. Okay, sure. So the only relevant portion of that unit. Yeah, this is a pretty crappy Link right here. Courage. Not gonna get really too much value out of that. So we're at 196 K defense right here. Again, they're getting 50% from their super attack effect and 58% on super attack as well. So again, dodge is going to be very important for this character if they're going to take hits. I like the idea of supports. Red zone viable supports, I feel like, is very good, very useful, and very needed. But they do need to be able to take hits. I mean, maybe I'm speaking for myself here, but I just don't enjoy running, high damage characters, basically just high damage characters that just get obliterated. Physical Super Saiyan 3 Goku, I'm just sitting here like, I don't understand why people like him. Like, he can't take hits at all. Any real fight, tough fight, he's getting smacked. Again, it's not January of 2022 anymore, right? Where, he was, one of the top 5 best units in the game, and he was very good at first in those red zone stages because we didn't have better characters. But once we got characters who were actually able to take hits, it's like that Goku is just not really, like, I just find no joy in bringing glass cannon characters and then, you know, the enemy deciding, I'm supering in slot 3 right here, and I get one-shotted. Not fun. Not fun. I like winning, not losing. So, I like, if we're going to get, like, a free-to-play support like this, I'd like that defense to be turned up a bit, and then make their damage 0. Again, I would say, Great Saiyaman and Videl, if their damage was 0, but then their dodge was 70%, and their support was 40%, I would find them exceptional, right? I think the Chi-Lai method for character design is masterclass. That's what we want. Chi-Lai level design. Okay, we have a tremendous turn right here. Damn, I actually really would like to see this exact turn against an extreme class enemy. I'm going to do that. I'm going to cut after this, and we're going to get this exact turn against an extreme class enemy. And I feel like at that point, we probably have seen what we need to see from this character. So let's have them super attack first. We'll get, again, Great Saiyaman and Videl. We have everything active here except for Courage and Shocking Speed. We are getting the 40% movie hero support from this Gohan right here. By the way, that Gohan came out along with LR Gohan and Goten. Family Kamehameha unit. I'm anticipating them EZAing for Goku Day. And I wonder if they could EZA that Gohan at the same time. Probably not. Because that Gohan, even as a sub-EZA, right? Like, he could be pretty good. Movie hero 40% support. You know, it would be very easy for them to make him, I think, pretty good. This Gohan right here. So, I mean, we would see. Because supports are just so valuable if you can run them. Okay, so let me get that exact rotation we just saw. Just only against an extreme class enemy this time. Because remember, Great Saiyaman and Videl, they do get that extra 58% attack and defense when attacking extreme class enemies. Alright guys, real quick, I do want to get this rotation right here. Because, I mean, this is pretty much the highest start-of-turn defense we're seeing from Great Saiyaman and Videl right there. 225k, again, with most of our links activated. Again, they could get to a pretty decent number right there. So we'll do this turn, and then that one turn I do want to see. I'm also going to put the sticker on them, too, because I do sort of like what they're able to do, right? You know, this is, I think, a usable, runnable character, so I don't mind tossing a stickerooski on a character that I'm going to be using, right? Battlefield and Chain Battle every month, they're giving me tons of stickers anyway, so we are going to be good to go there. Alright, so let's see what Great Saiyaman and Videl get on this rotation. Again, remember, we are running a full Defender of Justice team, so all of these characters along with them are all getting the supports and stuff like that also. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and give a sticker here to Great Saiyaman and Videl. I think that seems like they are worthy. They are a decent character, so of course this, I think, is a good candidate to give a sticker to. Alright, not really too good. Usually, the characters that look good with stickers are ones that have, like, auras, right? Like, the Super Saiyan Blue aura, or characters that have, like, big energy attacks in their card art. Those are the ones that look good. Alright, let's get that exact rotation against an extreme class enemy now. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and get this rotation, except this time we're going up against an extreme class enemy. So, the stats we'll see from Great Saiyaman and Videl should be a little bit better right here. We'll get this and then we'll finish up. I do think that they're decent though, right? A unit like this can certainly be a help for weaker category teams that really could use anything they could get, right? So I'm not mad at this level of EZA as a free-to-play character. This, to me, seems like a unit that will actually have some value. This Great Saiyaman and Videl character. So that's pretty good. 5.7 they get up to right there. And again, remember, they are supporting the rotation. They do have dodge. They're giving crit to the rotation. So they are a relatively decent character overall. Alright, this is outstanding performance. Great Saiyaman and Videl. Their leader skills, the Defender of Justice category key 3 and 77% of stats, or STR type key 3 and 50% of stats. Their super attack is the Justice Shot, which greatly raises attack and defense for one turn. That's a 50% attack and defensive buff. Then they do supreme damage to the enemy, and they also lower extreme class enemies' attack and defense. I don't really think it needs to be restricted to extreme class there, but I guess it's not the biggest deal ever. Their passive skill, Rescue Complete, They get 158% attack and defense at the start of turn. Then they get an additional 58% attack and defense when performing a super attack. Then they get an additional 58% attack and defense when attacking extreme class enemies. Then they get a so then per Defender of Justice category ally in the team, they get 4% chance to crit, 4% chance to dodge, and 10% attack and defense, right? So you can get, what, 70% attack and defense, and 28% chance to crit and dodge. 28% crit is really strong, but, I mean, they're still, like, a free-to-play level character. I mean, at like 5 million, 4 million with a crit, like, they're doing decent damage considering they're a free-to-play support character, but I would prefer stronger defenses for a free-to-play support character than offenses, right? I feel like that would be more valuable. Then they give Defender of Justice category allies 3 key, 18% attack, 18% defense, and an 18% chance to crit. Probably the same thing. You take away the crit and just buff the normal stats they give, and I think I'd like them a little bit better. And then finally, they seal the attacked enemy super attack for 2 turns. Really could be very valuable for Dokkan Battlefield, actually. You know, Dokkan Battlefield is definitely something that, you know, people will have difficulties with. Typically, when the new bosses come out, they are scaled towards the top-end characters in the game, right? So, I mean, for JP Dokkan, the next battlefield is actually going to be the one that's going to have new enemies in it, the very next battlefield, right? So, you know, like sealing was the go-to strategy for the Legendary Super Saiyan Broly battlefields. We'll see what the next thing will be, but I feel like this character, I mean, especially more so for global players, where Broly is still going to be the main battlefield boss for several months, I feel like this unit's pretty decent there. Their links are Infighter, Courage, Patrol, Hero of Justice, Signature Pose, Shocking Speed, and Shatting the Limit. Their 12 key multiplier is 135%. And then, of course, they're on several category teams. They're on several top-tier teams, but they are buffing a couple of kind of, like, niche categories here. Starting with Defender of Justice, they are a great addition to this. I definitely could see value with this character on that team. They're also over here on the Movie Hero team, which, I mean, is, at this point, just so utterly broken, this Movie Hero team, right? Then they're also over here on the Joined Forces category team, which is just a huge mess with all the different kind of like weird category characters that are on here, right? Then they're also over here on the Bond of Parent and Child category. This is probably the strongest category in the game at this point, probably. And then finally, they are here on the Earthbred Fighter team, another very, very strong category team. So, let me know what you guys think of this Great Saiyaman and Videl. As a free-to-play EZA character, though, I would say that they really are quite good. I like what they did with this character, so let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.